everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is Dawn Danielle here at SEOUL, and today we are continuing our discussion about day life in Seoul, South Korea, things to know and places to go. I really was naked with the Korean locals. Thank you first off for tapping my clickbait video, but I actually was naked with the locals. It was one of my favorite and most strange experiences ever because I've never been to a public bathhouse. So of course the one time to try it is when you go over to Asia for the first time with a bunch of strangers, right? Of course. So basically, where I went to was a public bathhouse. I think in Korea it's called a jjimjilbang, and then in Japan it's called an onsen. And so I went to this like 5-story, felt like a mall almost. It was a 5-story bathhouse. And on the bottom floor, you strip down to your nudes and you go downstairs and there's like this basement full of baths. Scorching hot, like lava temperature baths, ice cold Antarctica temperature baths, baths with massage jets that are hitting your back, the sauna where you could sweat it all off, and then showers everywhere where you can, wash off. Because as a courtesy, for those of you who are trying to go, if you're sweating in one of the baths or you're sweating in a sauna, it's a courtesy to shower off, clean yourself up before you get into another bath. And there's like 10, 15 baths. It's just a giant, it's not one big bath, the one I went to at least, it's just this giant like plethora of baths. That's the one I went to though. And so yeah, you're just walking around, you get your soap and your salt and you go and you scrub yourself down. You're scrubbing until you see a new layer of skin, and then you go hop in this bath, and then you get out this bath, and you go hop in that bath, and you go hop in this bath, and then if you sweated a little bit, go shower, rinse off again, and then you hop in another bath. It's like bath hopping. It's so interesting and so weird, but everybody's completely in the nude, and the best thing about it, nobody was paying attention to me. It was basically like everybody else was around me and they were like, okay, you have the same parts, they're just brown. And once that like epiphany hit, nobody bothered me. There wasn't this weird like, my delicates. Like nobody was bothering me. Nobody was paying attention to me. At one point, like there was this really nice older Korean lady who was like, hey, you could use the salt and use this and da-da-da, and basically explaining how it works. Because it's not a hard process. It's just, when you go in, it's overwhelming. Everyone's naked and it's confusing. And I did that thing where I'm like, avert my eyes. But I was like, no, I need to find out where everything's at and where I need to go. So I was like walking around like, okay, soap, salt, sit, shower, wash hair. I don't know. But basically, once you kind of get over that weird, I wasn't uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. So I was like, whoop. Which bath are getting in first? That's personally me. I was just a little nervous about figuring everything out, but it's pretty simple. You grab yourself a bucket, you can grab a towel, and if there's salt and soap, you'll go grab that as well. And you go to a shower when you first get there, just like you go to the pool, shower before you get in the baths. Really scrub yourself down, just refresh yourself, exfoliate, get a nice little good feeling about you. If you feel really clean, then, you put yourself back, or I think they actually leave them, there's shower stations. And I was noticing a lot of people were leaving their bucket at the station for when they came back. So it just depends on where you go, and then hop in the bath. So if you choose to experience, know your own comfort level. I don't want to force you to go like, oh, you have to go. It was a very fun experience for me, but everybody might not be comfortable with it. So I'm not gonna pressure you like this is the best thing to do in Seoul. But personally, I had so much fun there. Obviously I don't have footage because I'm out of pure human decency and respect. I don't have footage of the bathhouse, but it was a very fun experience where it was like those, I've read about them in stories back in the day where they had these big public bathhouses, and I always wanted to do it. So that was really nice. If you have tattoos, it doesn't matter. That's another thing I appreciated, because I know for Japan, the onsen, they get really strict with tattoos. Some people will turn you away, or they just won't let you in because you have tattoos. So it's a cultural thing. The nice thing is, here in Korea, they didn't care. They just let me in. I paid, went in, got naked, took a bath. So it was really fun. After you do that, you're able to go, the one I went to had a bunch of floors, so you're able to go upstairs. I don't know what was going on with this place. So in the 5 floors that was there was like a massage parlor, a hairdresser, a nail salon, an arcade, like 3 different restaurants, like traditional restaurants, and if you're feeling homesick and you need your burgers, your American burgers, American restaurants as well. my favorite floor before or besides the first basement floor of the pools themselves was the 5th floor, and they have all these like element rooms. And so the element rooms, basically they have like a jade room and a mud room and like a salt room, and they're basically all these little dens you can go in, and they have different healing elements. They like different minerals and stuff that they say will help heal you. So it depends on what room you go into. There's one that's like an ice room if you're into that. There's one of those those big huts where it's super hot in there that you have to be very careful and monitor your temperature so you don't pass out. One of those like sweat rooms. There was a bunch of stuff. I will show you the footage I did take from the rooms and the upstairs level where it's okay to take photography. So check that out. Absolutely loved using the hot baths. There's also really cold ice baths that feel like they liquefied Mount Everest and put it in like a giant rectangular square. And I saw people jumping in. Maybe it's a sport or something. I don't know if there's like extreme onseners and extreme ginjo bangers, but they were getting in and enjoying themselves. So if you're into that kind of thing too, if you really want an ice cold bath, go for it. Personally, I stay on the hotter side of things, but they have a variety of like temperatures and baths you're able to use, and then go upstairs and chill, eat a sandwich, relax, eat some traditional Korean food. They have old like K-dramas and K-cartoons playing, and you can lay it on a mat and just relax. Go to the mineral rooms and soak up some sun or salt or jade or ice or whatever you're into there as well. So yeah, that was really fun. Be mindful that if you are going with a group of friends and you want to use the bathhouses, it is gender segregated. So just be mindful of that. Once you leave the bathhouses, you're able to go upstairs basically, and then you all can reconvene together and do all the other activities together as a group. So that's up to you. It was really fun. Like I said, I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. Like the locals were like, whatever, we got those parts too. Like that's pretty much the general vibe, and everyone was just minding. It was so interesting to see the culture where the other Korean women would just scrub each other's backs, like, you know, completely in the nude. I got your, but they literally had each other's backs. Like they would sit at the showers, scrubbing each other down. It was such a nice thing to see and just be a part of. So I was really glad I got to experience that. Like I said, it was my favorite part. You don't have to do it. There's a lot of other cool things to do in Seoul, but that was the one. I love baths, so that's the one thing I absolutely had to do. But yeah, that's about it. If you're able to, go to a Jimjilbang. The one I went to, I will mention it below, so if you can see if you want to go to that one. It was very nice. It's pretty cheap to get into it. Other than that, it was one of my favorite parts. If you can, check it out. If not, no worries. It's a missed experience, but it's not one of the best ones Seoul's had to offer. So that's about it. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.